Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome back to another episode of the video blog. Today we are all at Twitter, about the website twitter.com. One of my favorite new social networking sites, and I'll be honest with you, well, I know a lot of people like MySpace and Facebook. I use them, but when I found Twitter, I almost fell in love with this website. It's kind of like instant messenger or text messaging on steroids. You get up to 140 characters to, well, say whatever you want. The cool thing is you can have private conversations, you can have public conversations, you can reply to other people's what they call tweets. It's built an entire subculture, and it's one of the fastest growing websites in the world. And I highly recommend it. It's something for me that runs in the background all the time as an application to Firefox, also as an application inside my Outlook, which stays running, so I can get a quick rundown of what all my fellow Twitterers are doing at any given moment. You can just read and delete. You can just reply, engage in great conversations. I got one of my radio buddies, Brad Austin, from Madison, onto Twitter when I talked to him last week at the CMAs, and he just started yesterday, and we tweeted back and forth a couple of times. Country singer Brian White is a big fan of Twitter, and it's kind of cool. In fact, as I'm doing this just about 10-15 minutes ago, I saw his tweet come through that he was getting ready to go on stage at a club in Houston, Texas. So it's a way to keep track of your favorite artists. In fact, MC Hammer spends a lot of time on Twitter interacting with his fans. That's really cool. Companies like Comcast, their Comcast Cares division, Zappos Shoes also have a big following, great interaction on Twitter. The cool thing is, if you have a question, if you're looking for an answer to something, you throw it out there on Twitter, and you'd be amazed at how fast the replies you can get from people are. Just, the 6 degrees of separation kind of thing. Not only that, but Twitter's been amazingly, incredibly fast in spreading news. I had some friends in California who were involved in the fires over the weekend, and we were able to keep track of what was going on, where the fire lines were, what they were doing. Tragedy all over the world. You can almost read about it first on Twitter sometimes. You can pay attention to, just incredible, just some of the most intelligent people on the face of the planet Earth, especially in terms of marketing. Just the stuff I've learned from marketing people has just been amazing, in the conversations you can interact with. And it's amazing to watch what people suggest. Every now and again, I'll just get a little message saying somebody new is following what I'm doing. I don't quite know why. I don't know what would interest them because they don't know me. But hopefully there's something of value, and that's kind of the cool thing. It's about sharing. It's about you expressing yourself and you expressing your personality and having some engagement to people literally all over the world. Last week during the CMA Awards, I've been watching the CMA Awards, or been to the CMA Awards, or been involved or worked or whatever, for almost 30 years. I had the most fun watching the CMA Awards last week, and I was actually sitting here by myself in my office in Nashville. My wife and I were twittering back and forth, because we'll usually sit there and run the social commentary if we're sitting there together watching it. But now I was not only engaging my wife in conversation, but friends all over the country. Friends back in Ohio, friends out in California, all going back and forth on the conversation. Not only that, but one of the local TV affiliates in Huntsville, Alabama, the ABC affiliate down there, WAAY, picked up on what I was commentating about on Twitter and was then sharing it with their connections. An amazing tool. I highly recommend twitter.com, TWITTER.com. Look me up. My user is Kevin Mason, all one word. Would love to interact with you. Let me know you found it here on the blog, and we'll be back with you tomorrow. You're going to be all at Twitter too, trust me. Twitter.com.